They've ridden up from Delhi and will now travel with us for the rest of this expedition.
What a motley crew. Do you reckon they'll make it?
How are you guys? How's the ride from Delhi? Yeah, great. All set for the big one? Leh and Srinagar? Good stuff.
These will be our travelling companions for the next 2,000 kilometres. The hardest and most dangerous roads are still ahead. Not far out of Shimla, one of our new bikers, Eric Tibbin, breaks a shock absorber and almost crashes.
Back wheel locked up. Shock absorber broke. Yep. That's my black line there. I've got one little injury on my leg.
Our Indian mechanics make roadside repairs as Eric patches up the injury.
No, well, that's what riding at this age is about too, you know. Like, I'm not out here to be reckless. I'm out here to take in the scenery and enjoy the riding, enjoy the G-forces and the riding, but to stay alive. I don't come here to kill myself.
With Eric mobile once more, we press on to another former British hill station. On the way, we encounter many colourful hitchhikers. Now, what about this Sadhu? He wants to pay for his ride with a roadside performance.
On the back and off we go.
Then there's this grass lady who wants a lift. Despite help, she just couldn't balance that load of grass on her head. And what about these schoolgirls?
Hi.
Hi. What are you doing? What's the way they do it in India? These girls were hitchhiking. Both 17. Big butt girls. Oh.
But if 3 up on my bike looks overloaded, what about this push bike? 5 of them. These Indians will pack onto whatever transport is available. And it's not only the Indian people that ride however they can. Even their pets are well-travelled hitchhikers.
What is his name?
Name? Raju.
Raju.
Other animals take over all the available road space. Travelling still further north brings us into rich green valleys.
Start of the Kulu Valley, Greg.
Pretty steep down there. That's the Bias River too, isn't it?
That's the Bias River. It looks fairly quiet here, but it gets ragey further up the river.
Okay, now this is going to lead us right up to Manali, so we're about to climb, what, another 2,000 metres?
We're at about 700 or 800 metres here. We're going up to 2,000 metres, so yeah, it's a 1.2 kilometre climb from here.
Very green, very lush, very fertile valley, eh?
It is. It's quite a prosperous area of northern India. Lots of apple orchards and vegetables and grain fields up here.
Day's end sees us in yet another fascinating Indian settlement.
Well, now here's a special destination. This is Manali. Many fascinating things to see, including a 5,000-year-old Hindu temple. We're going to spend a day exploring this place.
These days, the temple is surrounded by Indian commercialism. Fun rides on yaks. Shawls for sale. But the primary attraction, the Dungri temple, is still very sacred. This pagoda-type structure is more than 5 centuries old. And inside, this holy rock was carved some 5,000 years ago and has been worshipped by Hindus ever since. Buddhists, on the other hand, are receiving their daily instruction at the nearby Manali monastery.
Rajen, we've arrived at this Tibetan monastery for their morning prayer service, puja.
Yeah, the prayer takes place every day here in the morning. This apprentice monk, who is 13 years old, and there are around 45 monks like that over here, those who are having the apprenticeship, and they perform this every day in the morning.
The novice monks still have to be ordained, but already they're undertaking a daily meditation service. Musical recitals, Buddhist text recited.
What's interesting to me is that this is a day-long prayer service, and they in fact will get hungry and take meals during the service.
That's right. You can see a cup of tea and a big piece of bread is there. While they are performing the puja, they keep on eating and drinking chai and the tea and the bread.
Outside, the service reaches a climax with a procession around and around the monastery.
This is their special ceremony. We call it as parikrama. Any of the temple, you have to make few rounds to make your prayers successful.
What is wonderful is to see the Tibetan culture is very, very much alive here in the Indian Himalaya.
That's true, because of even being Tibet very close from this place, and moreover, influence of Dalai Lama over here quite a lot.
So the Dalai Lama lives very close to here.
Very close to over here.
And he would in fact come to this temple from time to time.
Oh yes, he normally makes one trip at least in 1 year.
From Manali, we're off on our next leg, a serious drive deep into the Himalaya. We'll now be well away from civilization and need to carry our own supplies.
We'll get 150 litres of spare juice,
Yeah.
and 4 boxes of water.
Where we're heading now is into remote Ladakh, a place known as Little Tibet.
We're pretty serious, eh, mate?
Today's where it really begins, Greg. Yeah, we're leaving here at 2,000 metres, and in about 2 hours' time we'll be at a 4,000 metre level pass.
So it's up all day today?
Up pretty much, well, for the first half of the day.
As we ascend, the roads begin to deteriorate. Hold-ups are frequent. And amidst the glaciers, an Indian message of love.
Well, Greg, that's a big achievement. You are at Rohtang now, Rohtang Pass, with the height of 3,978 meters.
Almost 4,000 metres, the Tibetan prayer flags all over the back here.
Right. And they carry all those messages. These are the Buddhist flags, basically. They write their message for the god. The wind blows and it goes up and the message is passed on to the god.
A solid morning riding up into the clouds leads us to an even higher pass.
We're at the top of the Ladakh, Greg, our first 4,800 metre pass.
Yeah, it's pretty thin up here, eh?
Yeah, it's pretty thin and a bit cold at the moment.
Bitterly cold, but anyway, a tea house down the road there, so we've got a cup of chai, eh?
Warm, hot cup of chai, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Crossing that pass has brought us into a stunning new world, Ladakh. The mountains are now high and arid and eerily beautiful. Time then to stop and appreciate our new surroundings over that cup of chai.
Well, Greg, that's Indian tea. It's hard boiled. I mean, the water is boiled, and then they add some tea, sugar, milk, all together in it.
Boil it all together, right?
Yeah, all together.
Well, here's to you.
Look at her earrings. That's lovely and quite heavy. If you just feel the weight of it, ears are just almost coming down.
I hope you enjoy the scenery of these Himalayas and have a safe journey to Leh. Thank you.
Riding deeper into Ladakh is breathtaking. Hardly a skerrick of vegetation, just enormous oakum mountains to negotiate through. Off the main road, we track down a group of Tibetans.